All right. The definition of complaining and a destructive criticism. This is what people need to understand. Let's read. I want to look at something right quick. And it says destructive criticism comes in the form of a personal attack. Okay, I read that already. But the one I'm looking for, what is the difference between constructive and destructive criticism? Both types of feedback points out our mistakes, flaws, or that's right. See, that's the key word. You're pointing out a flaw in somebody or potential improvement. But while constructive criticism uplifts or offers suggestions and even provides possible solutions. Destructive criticism is cutting categorically and sometimes even mocks our failures. You see what I'm saying? See, there's a difference. Oh, my camera I didn't know my camera was like that. It says both types of feedback points out our mistakes, flaws, or potential improvement. But while constructive criticism uplifts, offers suggestions, and even provides possible solutions, destructive criticism is cutting the door. Okay, my bad on that word there. But they got another word is sometimes even mocks our failures. So a destructive criticism meaning that you're pointing something out. That's all it means. You're pointing out something that you feel that it can improve on. You see what I'm saying? That's what are the people, they tell me all the time. They say they don't like a complainer, right? They say God don't like a complainer, right? Okay, you have to understand, we're living in the system of white supremacy, right? To where if you look at our people, we live in the certain worst parts of the neighborhood, right? If I sit up here and tell people, according to Deuteronomy chapter 28, that they live in the worst parts of the city and the so-called white man, they actually benefiting off of our resources because all of this is in Deuteronomy, where it says that you will not enjoy the fruit of your labor. For me, it's to get on my camera and say that these things, point these things out. People mistake it for you're complaining. You're getting online, you're getting on the internet, you're making videos and you're complaining about what the white men are doing, but yet and still, what are you doing? That's what they're telling me. No, it's not wrong for me to point out what's going on. That's not complaining. A complaining person is somebody who has everything, who never grew up poor, who never lived in the worst parts of the neighborhood. The so-called white man never lived in the worst parts of the neighborhood. So this, what I'm saying, pointing out and this is a destructive criticism, means me pointing out something that's causing a problem in the community. You see what I'm saying? It's just like if you had AIDS or HIV, and I tell you, even though it may be a destructive criticism, it may seem negative or whatever, I'm telling you something in the form of, you know what I'm saying? It may cause you to get emotional some kind of way, but I'm telling you that the reason you went out there and you did this with this, the Bible says a man and a woman, not a man and a man, not even a woman and a woman. You see what I'm saying? So you went out there and you slept with all kinds of different people. You slept with this man, you slept with that man, you slept with this woman. Now you got AIDS, you got HIV, you got all those things. That's not me. That's me pointing out the solution is to keep the commandments of God and all those things. And that's part of the solution, meaning that you will be doing the opposite of doing wrong, the opposite of what America is telling you to live. And this is something that our people don't understand. When I point out point out something and tell people that the so-called white man had our people in slavery or in bondage and raped, robbed, and murdered and benefiting off, just like we are suffering and live in the worst part of the neighborhoods, they benefit off of that. And this is something that our people, you can't tell blacks, Hispanics, and Native, especially so-called black people, Hispanic, and Native American people, you present this information to them, they're going to sit there and they're going to argue with you for hours, which is a total, a stupid thing to do. You see what I'm saying? They gonna sit there and argue with you and say, well, if the white man, if God sent him against you and to do this and that, if he sent the white man against you to punish you for all the stuff that you're doing because we broke the commandments, then just take the punishment and don't get mad at the so-called white man for the things that he's doing. That's the thing what our people tell us. But it doesn't give us the right. It's to sit there and allow ourselves just to be abused. It doesn't mean that we don't still have to be angry. It doesn't mean that we don't still have to be, that we still walk around happy and all, oh, the Lord, he's punishing us, so we don't have to do that. Because it is a commandment. He says, surely, Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 12, it says, surely oppression will make a wise man mad and a gift destroys the heart. He tell us that it doesn't give us, we don't have to sit there and just accept and just buy, okay, let's just be happy because God sent them against us, so we don't have to be angry that they killed our brothers. We don't have to be angry for what they're doing. Let's just take the punishment and all those things. No, God is not telling you to sit there and be stupid. He said, don't be ignorant with spiritual gifts. Just because you have the gift of love and forgiveness, he said, don't be stupid. Don't be ignorant with a spiritual gift, is what he was saying. You see what I'm saying? So these are the things that I'm trying to explain. These are the things that I'm trying to explain to our people. You see what I'm saying? But when I tell my people this here, then a lot of people don't want to really deal with that. You see what I'm saying? They'll say, like I said, they'll say you complaining. But I want to read a few